One of these days, though, you won't have an album. You won't have like a double album. You'll have an omnibus, like like a comic strip. You're gonna have like a bunch of fucking all your songs and our podcasts in one space. It's gonna be fine sheen. Omnibus.
That's not a word.
Isn't that funny? What a hilarious thing that like comic book nerds, like that would be like a thing only comic book nerds would need. Like everybody else would be like, this is a compilation of several comics. It's like, yeah, it's like this is the series or whatever, right? They call those omnibuses. This is the omnibus.
Omnibi.
Yeah. Wow. I just remember like I heard that and I was like, I don't need this.
Just 100 pages of crudely drawn Frank Miller sketches.
Yeah, right.
Just people's hearts falling out of their buttholes.
Yeah. Omnibus. It sucks because I get drawn in. Like reading comics is just such a feast for the eyes. Like I won't even read. I will go through comics like a child, where I'll just like look at the pictures and then I'll go back and read them.
Hey, have you ever read The Dark Knight Returns Part 2?
No.
By Frank Miller? An absolute fever dream.
Is
the
it
first
really?
one's very good. The second one is just a fever dream of nightmarish proportions. Gotta read it. I won't talk anymore about it because it's best exemplified through pictures.
The first one's the one with he comes back, he's old, and he gets the girl, Robin, right?
Yeah. And the second one is them having psychedelic adventures through his poorly done sketches with lots of bright colors attached to it. It's nonsense. It's great.
That's awesome. It's so great, the comics. Like, if you just that's such like a common thing in comics. Like when you give an artist like 100%, like you just let him do whatever he wants, like things just go off the rails so fast.
Well, because these people are degenerates. What kind of person sits around all day drawing pictures of superheroes? You have to be a maniac. These people are insane. They're literally just nuts off their rockers, just being fed probably either and or both lots of stimulants and lots of money. Keep drawing, Frank. Here's another.
Did you read Image comics at all when you were growing up? Because Image got big when we were in like middle school. That was like the Spawn era, like Todd McFarlane with Spawn, or Max with 2 X's, or there was a girl that was like scantily clad barbarian girl. I can't remember what her name was, but she had like a big sword and just like no armor on, you know. But it was all these like Image was like all these hot artists and from like DC and Marvel, but like the whole like thing was like you get to keep the rights to your creations. So like they had a reason to like, you know, work harder and stuff. Like that's why, you know, Todd McFarlane, we know his name. He's the Spawn guy. He made Spawn, which is just, oh my God, it's such a mess. There's so much going on in Spawn.
Do you see that movie, the one with like John Leguizamo and stuff?
Yeah. There's so much going on in that movie. There's so many things happening.
I like that movie is just horrifying to look at. It's just unpleasant, visually unpleasant things to view from beginning to end.
It's so terrible.
It's just like here's John Leguizamo in like a weird purple suit vomiting blood for an hour and a half.
He just turns into like a violator. He just turns into like that weird, scary, like gaunt monster. Like this scary fucking like Puck character, this clown that's like for the majority of the movie is just kind of on the ancillary part of the movie, just being like, ha ha ha, fart jokes, dick jokes, I'm disgusting. And like he goes from that to being like the bad guy that he has to fight. It's just so strange. It's such, man. And like he was a mercenary, like the guy who plays Spawn, like when he's not all spawned up, he's just hideously burned. It's just like everything about it is hard to like, just like everything is a weird, specific, jagged pit. Like he's a hobo. Like it's just, dude, the whole movie is so strange. And like those are parts of the comic too. It's so weird, dude. It's just like, if you let an artist do whatever he wants, things are going to get out there. Things are going to get weird, and it's not going to be great. It's going to be messy.